one to see on VP4TV. He's wild and he's free. Nine ball top number here to you and me. With his cunning moves, he's rocking endlessly. Tables and cues, they bend to his will. Every shot he takes gives everyone a thrill. With a glance and aim, he works to the skill. In the ball, lights from the chill. Tables and cues, they bend to his will. Every shot he takes gives everyone a thrill. With a glance and aim, he works to the skill. In the ball, lights from the chill. Tactical genius with every play, making magic happen every single day. In the world of billiards, he knows the way, taking every shot with prayers we say. Rack him up, he steps to the ground. Crowds gather round without a sound. With a twisted stroke, his fame is profound. Every victory makes our hearts pound. From the corner bank to the perfect cut, he wins the game without a single strut. Chalk it up, just a fortune or luck. But skill like his, it never gets stuck. On VP4TV, he's the showstopper. Nineball.com's the king, no one can top her. Watch him play and you'll be a hopper. He's the man, we all shout proper. Magic happen every single day. In the world of billiards, he knows the way, taking every shot with prayers we say. Rack him up, he steps to the ground. Crowds gather round without a sound. With a twisted stroke, his fame is profound. Every victory makes our hearts pound. Rack him up, he steps to the ground. Crowds gather round without a sound. With a twisted stroke, his fame is profound. Every victory makes our hearts pound. Rack him up, he steps to the ground. Crowds gather round without a sound. With a twisted stroke, his fame is profound. Every victory makes our hearts pound. To the perfect cut, he wins the game without a single strut. Chalk it up, just a fortune or luck, but skill like his, it never gets stuck. On VP4TV, he's the showstopper. Nineball.com's the king, no one can top her. Watch him play and you'll be a hopper. He's the man, we all shout proper.
ATG from Kilmarnock town, got your hustle down. Streams the pool games live, makes our day come alive. Early mornings on your grind, Tesco shift unwind, but you find the time to play, stream the virtual day. OTG tactical genius, every game you bring us with your skill and your flair. We're glad you're always there. Virtual cue in your hand.
And that's a sucker scratch. Look at the line. Commentator's eye. Don't say I didn't warn you.
Tactical genius. Every game you bring us with your skill and your flair. We're glad you're always there. Virtual cue in your hand. Amazing shots you land. From your home to our screens, living out our pool dreams. Early riser, work all done. Streams the games just for fun. We'll cheer for you every match. TG, you've got the magic touch. OTG tactical genius. Every game you bring us with your skill and your flair. We're glad you're always there. OTG tactical genius. Every game you bring us with your skill and your flair. We're glad you're always there.
This for the 101. Absolutely sensational once again.
Virtual cue in your hand. Amazing shots you land. From your home to our screens, living out our pool dreams. fun. We'll cheer for you every match. TG, you've got the magic touch. Oh, TG, tactical genius. Every game you bring us with your skill and your flair. We're glad you're always there.
That was fantastic.
Where's the cue ball going?
Oh dear, outside, never mind.
Right, good evening everybody. Welcome back to VP4TV and quick look at the sign-ups. We're here for Friday Night 9-ball and looking at it, we're doing a wee bit better this week. We've got Bankster, Chico, Cobra, Christian, Linus, Matt. How the hell's Matt signed up when he's supposed to be away on holiday? Well, I'm going to have to ask him a couple of questions there then. Power Slam, I take it I'm on the right bloody tournament. No, I'm in the Black Ball tournament. That's why there's a problem. We got that wrong. Hang on a minute. In fact, wait a minute. Let me just go back to that now that we're on it. How many have we got? We've got 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10. We've got 11 signed up for the Black Ball tournament. The sign-up maximum is 32. So there is still 21 spots available. And this is now the 1st of November. So we've got 12 more days to get yourself in. And, well, we're still... I think Steve said the last one was never full, but this one's got a reasonable chance at the moment if people can get their act together and just get signed up and get in. Right, so that's the Black Ball covered. How long have we got? We've got about 4 minutes, so no rush. We'll go to Friday Night 9-ball. That's a bit better. Friday Night 9-ball is doing better. We've got Bankster, Cobra, Coldest Pillow, Christian, Larry. Oh, Slim's managed to get in. I was wondering whether he was going to be here because, just as a quick reminder for all the viewers, so this is what I'm going to do from now on. We have the Friday Night 9-ball champion at the moment. That is One Pocket Slim from last week. And so he's here to defend his title, which is good. Right, so Slim's there, Pool Kabouter's there, Ravi's there, Spectre Dawn is there, Stefan is there, and Thunder Bluster is there. So we have 5 open seats. Do a quick refresh. I might do another spam in the lobby, and that'll pretty much be it. Now, the first thing to say is whoever's typing in the chat right now, it ain't coming through in bloody YouTube again, so I'm going to go to Twitch. I went to YouTube tonight to see if it's any better. This restream thing is playing up, by the way. Now when I go to restream the last couple of days, when I type in the name of the live stream I'm going to do, what restream does when you save it, it saves it to the 2 channels that you're live streaming to. In my case, it's YouTube and Twitch. And then when you go to YouTube and you go live, then the stream comes up with the title of the stream that you've named it, like Friday Night 9-ball. Well, it doesn't do that now. And it doesn't do it with Twitch. There's something broken or there's something changed, and I have to manually do it. So when I started this live stream right now, and I looked at YouTube, it was still coming up with the title for the last live stream that I did, which was on Eurotruck a couple of days ago, or yesterday, whenever it was. And so Restream is jiggered a little bit, but the other problem, as I say, the chat is not coming through to YouTube either. I'm going to look for Twitch. Hang on to get Twitch in my phone. Wait a minute. And then I'll probably be able to see the chat that I've missed. Right. Welcome to Coldest Pillow. Welcome to Slim. Welcome to Cobra, and welcome to Mark. So all the chat is coming through on Twitch for some reason. It is not coming through on YouTube. I don't know why, but it's nothing I'm doing wrong. So it's good to see that Slim is in. And so this page that I've got, I'm just going to change that each week, just as a reminder of who the defending champion is. Obviously, whether they're going to be there each week is debatable. There's a fair chance that Spectre Don will be appearing there more than once in the not too distant future. But it's up to Slim to defend his title. In fact, so much so that that Cobra's decided. No, tell a lie. That was a black ball, wasn't it? I got that wrong. He's not in this, isn't he? Not. Oh, he is in it. He is in Friday Night 9 Ball. Well, that's good. Right, quick refresh again and see how we're doing. We've still got 5 open seats. I reckon that's probably it because we're the top of the hour, and it's still saying sign-ups there, but that's going to change in a second. Right, there we go. We're now active, so we'll have a look and see who's got a buy and what the draw is. We've got Coldest Pillow at the top with Pool Kabouter. Now, these handicaps haven't gone in yet. Let me just set that to 30 and do a quick refresh. We've got Cobra, who's getting a buy. So the winner of Coldest Pillow, Pool Kabouter, will play Cobra. We've got Slim, who's getting a bye. They're 2 of the strongest players in the tournament are getting a bye. How about that? We've got Christian up against Stepan. Larry's getting a bye as well. There's another one. Well, Spectre Don's going to have to work hard because he's got Rabi in the first round. Thunder Bluster's got a bye and Bankster's got a bye. So we'll have first and second round matches taking place. Well, one of them is at the moment, Thunder Bluster and Bankster. So first round tie. We've got to get in and watch Coldest Pillow, see if we can jinx him. I think that'll do it because the winner of that then plays Cobra. Right. What do you mean you'll get no chance of your handicap? But we're long past that now. You sound like a stub now, Cobra. You know fine well you can handle it with a handicap as long as you play proper. Yeah, he's like a big girl's blouse, so he is. Right. Anyway, let's dive in there and we'll see what the handicap is because I can't be bothered looking at the bracket again. Let's see if we can get in. They're probably lagging off. Oh, I need to change the cloth. Well, Pool Kabouter won it. I'm beginning, and by the way, folks, I'm beginning to think that this blue cloth is not helping my eyes at all. I might change it to a different colour. It might annoy you, but it's actually better for me to actually make out the bloody balls. So it is. Miscellaneous. Oh shit, that's horrible. Miscellaneous. In fact, let's go to that. Let's go to that one. You notice that dark grey is spelt wrong. See, these Americans, they can't learn proper English. Dark grey spelt G-R-A-Y. How do you like that colour? Welcome to Tyler. Yeah, I'm doing okay. Hope everybody's okay. I don't know where Jose stays in Spain, but obviously we've all seen the news in the last couple of days. That's been terrible. No, this isn't tan. This is meant to be dark grey. It looks brown, doesn't it, in this room? But I can certainly see the balls better. I can guarantee you that. It looks like tan, but the tan is more orangey colour. This is supposed to be dark grey. It actually looks chocolate coloured on my monitor. So it does. Anyway, by the way, this match is handicapped, or the tournament is handicapped. It's Moneyball handicaps, for anybody who doesn't know. And player 2, who's Poolkabouter's getting a 6-ball. And look where Coldest Pillow's put himself on that line you don't like. But he's managed to handle it no problem. Well, I think cue ball's gone south. So, Coldest Pillow has, given Poolkabouter an opportunity here, but the problem straight away is he's going to have to get into this 5 and 6 ball, which he can easily do off the 4, as long as he gets the right angle to do it. And I don't think he wants to blast it either, because he wants to keep the 5 ball sort of down near this rail. What have I to read up on? What bit of a mismark? Ooh, I must get a little hand for this watch. No, I'm missing out. I'm missing it, Mark. You're gonna have to explain it to me. What? See, remember, I'm looking at 3 screens here. Don't forget, I'm looking at the main screen on my main monitor. I'm looking at the second monitor for the live stream to see it's doing okay, and I'm looking at my phone. Oh, well, you know who that was. That was Nellie Pledge. That's correct. Yeah, and that was one of her lines. Yeah, I know that from Nearest and Dearest. I actually quite like the contrast of colours in this table. The table's a shit colour, but the actual contrast of colours is pretty clear. I mean, I can see that that's the 4 ball by the left side pocket. I can't make a mistake with any colour of the balls. 8 balls down in the middle rail here. Yep, the Pledge's Pickles, and little Joe Gladwin in it, who was Nora Batty's husband in Last of the Summer Wine. And, of course, what do you call her out of Coronation Street? Remember, she was in Coronation Street. I think she used to run the corner shop many a moon ago, and her husband, who never, ever uttered a word. Walter. Have you been, Walter? Have you been? There's a classic. Totally, of course, unpolitically correct. The programme. Have you been, Walter? Has he been? Aye. Yeah, those were the days. Right. Well, that's going south as well, that cue ball. So, ball in hand for Coldest Pillow now. He doesn't need to do anything to get on the 3. We've still got to get the right angle in this 3 ball. This isn't quite as simple as it looks, because if you don't get the right angle, it's going to be awkward to get to the 4. Now, is he trying to go back the way or in the gap? And that's going to be hooked. Oh dear. Well, the safest route was to come back the way, because you had the open table. Oh, look at that for a fluke. Wow, let's see if the replay's working. What a jammy get that is. I'm supposed to be jinxing him, and look at this shit. Look at this. What a jammy get. Anyway, that's his first one of the night. We'll start counting them for Coldest Pillow. Right, so this is going to be 3 rails, and don't scratch in the bottom right hand corner. That's going to hold up. But it was on the scratch line, commentator's eye. Now, as cold as Pilliper got, he's got to still pot the 9 ball because this isn't good. Does that get the legs? No. Well, that was poor because he should have played that much better to get on the 9 ball. And that's an absolute gift for Pulkabouter. Yeah, I was saying there about what you want the tan. Aye. See, the tan's a bit more vibrant settings. Oh, what about purple? Let's have a look at that. See, that's a bit softer in the eye. I can still see the colour of the balls, no problem. Let's try tan. Oops. I can get it to... Oh, shit, that's went... Where's the hell's tan? Oh, there it is. So, do you prefer purple? I mean, any of those colours are fine. I mean, that's fine for me because the colour definition is clear. 8 balls above the cue ball, 3 balls in the middle of the table that's just getting potted, 4 in the bottom right, 6 over the side, 7 in the middle of the table, 9 ball. I can't mistake any of them. Right, I'm sticking with this. And them that don't like it can piss off, for want of a better description, because this is suitable for my eyes. Bear in mind that come the next hour or so, I'm going to start going downhill when the brain starts switching off. So, you use purple on all the tables. Jesus Christ. The snooker table must look pretty. Well, I don't know what the hell that was meant to be, but it didn't get there. So a chance for Pulkabouter, 1 pot in the 6 ball, and he's 3 racks to 1 in front. And that's well done. And another howler from Coldest Pillow. And I think he faffed about last week before he got his self into gear. He's going to have to do the same again here. Now, I know nobody's interested because we're here to watch VP4, but I found a bootleg version of the Harsh Russian map for Euro Truck, so I'll be doing some videos on it. I'll be doing some live streams on it on my day off. Well, there's a result through straight away. Thunder Bluster signed up, but hasn't showed up. And for those of you who don't know, the Harsh Russian map is a mod for Euro Truck. It's made by a Russian guy. It's all Russian themed. It's a 1-to-1 scale map. It's the biggest 1-to-1 scale map there is for Euro Truck. And it is totally unique in comparison to every other map mod that you can get. And it's really difficult in places. And it could take you hours and hours and hours. In fact, it could take you days to do jobs on it, because the roads are so difficult in places. So boring as it might sound, I love it. What the hell's going on here? Is that a jump queue? Is it a jump queue? Aye, it is. So Banksters has had a comfortable start tonight. The most dangerous man in Friday night 9 ball with a handicap He definitely has earned that title. And well, Polkabouter now has played a numpty shot tonight. He's got the little double kiss, sent him into the corner pocket, and a gift of an opportunity for Coldest Pillow to sort of redress the balance here. Now again, probably, I presume the 7 gets into the right side pocket, so what he needs to do is get off that rail for a start. He needs to get off the rail, and he can nip the 6 in, or he can go forward or come back but get out into the open. But he has to get the cue ball away from that rail, and that's going too far inside. So Coldest Pillow needs to drum up on his positional control, because the further out of line you get, the more out of line you tend to get with your next shot. Now that's a good recovery, although he's probably going to be taking a lump out of the 8 ball, so he's trying to nip away from it just to hold the cue ball. I think the other thing to bear in mind with these cloth colours is that they all look different depending on what room you're in, because the lighting in each room is different. No doubt this colour would look awful in the Loch Lomond room, because it's meant to be in a castle and the lighting's so bad in it. But each of these colours, you have to, if you're, I mean, I always prefer to use hard times because I think it's the best lit room. What the hell room's this? This is the beach house, isn't it? The one with the windows. Aye. So there's different lighting in each of them, and each colour that you choose for the cloth colour is different, because that dark grey colour looks dark brown in this room, but it definitely looks more dark grey when you're in hard times. So it's 3-2 at the moment to Polkabouter, and he's just dug himself a hole there. Mistakes like that are what cost you if you just cannot find your way to that next ball and walk straight into trouble. Oh, he almost got a good recovery. Well, I think I would hit this fairly firm, just to bump one of the balls out of the way rather than just babying it. Well, he's managed to draw away from it, but has he got shape? Well, he's not bad. Now, this is just a little dab. You want the angle to come back for that 7. Well, he's going to be running up and down. Choose a side. The further up it goes, the easier it is to hold for the 8 ball. I don't know that he can hold this without leaving a bedhead cut. And then if he does go down and up the table, he's got to watch he doesn't go above the 8 ball or run on top of it. A bit like that. I think he's still okay though. Watch the cue ball. So we're now back on par. Can Coldest Pillow find his gear? Well, the balls broke well. 8 balls going in, 5 balls going in. See, I can see the colours of the balls going into the pocket now as well. Don't hook yourself behind. Well, that brush off the 4 did him a favour there, because that cue ball was heading right towards the 7. I see there's, I saw the news tonight, there's thousands of people, all just public, members of the public, all going down to Valencia, bringing their brushes and shovels and everything else with them to help with the cleanup. But that's like over 200 people and maybe more still have lost their lives. There's still people missing. So that's an absolute tragedy. And I've seen our forecast for the next week. Our forecast is calm and dry, no bad weather, and quite mild as well. So for the first time, I think, Coldest Pillow was into the lead. I think he's dry though. Dry but safe. So this requires a push out, and the push out would be up to the first diamond up there in the top left, above the 1 and 2 ball, just to leave an edge. Now see, that's a terrible push out. That's awful. And you'll see that in a minute why it's awful. Because you should be nailed behind that 7 ball. And all you do is just jack up and do a quick stun, and you'll hold the cue ball. An easy shot. You've got to be confident enough to play it though. Could have done with been tighter because he's left an easy kick. In fact, you might even see an edge of that. Yes, you can. In fact, that 1 ball cuts. That goes up into the top pocket. That's well played. So, Coldest Pillow didn't quite get the execution right. And the 9 ball will hold the cue ball for the 3. So 4 ball into the side, but problem is, I mean, if this was me, if I could get on an angle in that 4 ball, well, that's nowhere near it. But he's, again, Poolkabouter should be doing the same thing. He should be nailing Coldest Pillow. Now he's got an easy safety unless he fancies thin cutting it, and that's well done, but he was never going to be good on the 5. And I think sometimes in 9 ball there's a time where you have to stop potting balls and then play a decent safety and try and take advantage of what might be left for you. Because again, I don't think that was particularly good either. Coldest Pillow's got a free pot and a 5, 6 ball wide open, and this rack should be all over. So talk about are struggling to play decent safety, and that's not going to do him any favours. Did anybody watch any? I posted the links earlier on in the week, and I haven't. I've been busy today. I haven't been on YouTube a lot today. But I posted links in the lobby for the World English Billiards Championships, which was being live streamed on YouTube. And from what I can gather, somebody typed in the chat, and I think I was watching a semi-final, and I think the format was a timed format, which we don't have. We don't have that in I think that was mentioned at one time to Steve. In fact, I think I mentioned it to Steve about a time format in English billiards where you get X amount of time, and when the time runs out, whoever's got the most points wins. Well, from what I saw in that chat, I think the semi-final was, and maybe the final was the same because I haven't seen it. It was they played for 4 hours, and the guy with the highest points at the end of that 4 hours was the winner. Well, the guy that won the semi-final I was watching, he was like well over 1,000 points in front of the other guy. The other guy just couldn't string anything together. But one of the visits I watched, the winner, whose name escapes me, I've totally forgotten who that was, he was on a break of 300 odd. I think it was 340. In fact, I jinxed him. When I posted the link in the lobby, I said, this guy's on a 300 odd run at the moment, and as soon as I went back in to watch the remainder of it, he went and missed. so I jinxed him as well. So I presume that the final has been played, and I don't know what the outcome was. But it's not often you see English billiards getting played on YouTube, but the video is there. It's under the World Snooker channel, or at least it should be. I think it was them that was doing it. And there was no commentators, it was just the live stream. Not that anybody would want to volunteer and do commentary on it. So Coldest Pillow now on the hill, or at least he will be in a minute. Well, I would have still got down to the bottom side of this 8-ball. You see, that's leaving yourself more work to do. Well, he's deciding to leave the cut, but if he'd got down to the bottom end of the table here and dropped the 8-ball into the side, he would have been a lot better on the 9-ball. And there you go, that's what happens. I mean, that's how you learn your lessons. You do things the wrong way and thinking you're just going to pot your way out of it, you'll end up doing stuff like that. And there's no way he should have done that. He should have been potting that into the side and let the cue ball just roll up to the 9-ball, so it was pretty much a straight in pot. And Poolkabouter's still alive. And he's got a ball in the break. I think it was a 1-ball that's gone. And he's not bad in the 2. Now he needs to get out into the table. So you've got to just nip the cue ball a wee bit here. Well, he's gone 2 rails, that'll work. And looking at this setup here, the problem is how well he finishes on the 5. It all looks easy, but as soon as you go wrong side of something, it's more hard work to get to that 6-ball. Spectre Dawn's off and running. A 7-1 win against Rabbit. So he's obviously looking to regain his championship for Friday night, 9-ball. Well, this is perfect to hold for the 6-ball. And, well, from almost being in the hill, Coldest Pillow's now breaking out in a sweat. 6-ball for the rack. Who's won every tournament he's entered this year? Nah, Nicky, you talking about the guy? Oh, right, the Cosy. Oh, right, aye, that was his name. That was the guy I was watching. Aye, the other guy was playing was what we describe up here as pish. He was well over 1,000 points behind when I was watching it. Welcome to Tam. There was about, when I was watching it, there was about 100 odd people in the stream watching it. But it's definitely not for TV audiences, billiards. But that Cosy guy is certainly good. Oh dear, complete disaster. And from being on the brink of being in the hill, Poolkabouter's finding ways to gift this to Coldest Pillow. Well, what the hell's he doing here? All you do is pot the 5 and then get onto the 6, drop the 8 into the side, or play it long into the corner. Mind you, it's a bit tight into the side, that, I think, is it? No, I'd probably much rather play it up or down into a corner pocket. That's almost getting there, but again, he's left it short. Now you've got to watch the line in the cue ball here. Welcome to Rob. Good afternoon. The final was over 45 minutes before the end. What did the other guy? Was the other guy more than 1,000 odd points behind again. So he just gave up. I think I would have done the same. Anyway, coldest pillow on the hill. Pool kabouters. As I said, he's trying to find ways to lose this. Well, there's you see how that sort of juddered there? That little laggy thing that happened there. And this is 2 straight, this 2 ball. Yeah. Big dig in it. Watch that, so that's gone. Bye-bye. Well, here you go, polka bouter. How the hell are you going to... I mean, you've got 3 balls to pot. So the first thing is make sure you're the right angle in the 5 ball where you're dropping it into the right side pocket and you're on the 6. That is perfect. Just a roll in or a stopper, whichever you're comfortable with. And we're going hill, folks. Now, how was it all over 45 minutes before the end? And I don't follow that. The final was all over. I mean, it was a time final as well. So how could it have been all over 45 minutes before the end? In what sense do you mean it was all over? No, was it? Well, that's the question. Was the final a points final, or was it a timed final format? Did the format change for the final? Because that's got me a bit confused. Well, there you go. I blinked and I missed it. I think he must have what the hell happened? Did he knock the 6 in? That's what he's done. So, there you go. Polka bouter eventually got through. 7 racks to 6. And so we've had... that isn't Friday night 9 ball. The other match we had, or the result we had, was spectated on. Right, let me read that. He was so far behind he could not win. So in that situation, did the referee did he call it? Because if the player can't decide to resign, the referee says, did the referee turn around to the other guy and say, "Look, you're shit. You've got no chance. We're calling it a day." How does the conclusion come about? That's what I'd like to know. Anyway, where have we got to? Well, Coldest Pillow, I think last week did the same thing. Did he do it in the first round and end up in the 1-loss side, and then he battled through there for a big chunk of it? Well, he's getting good practice because, in fact, he's going to be a jammy git as well again. He's going to get a bye against Thunderbluster because he never showed up unless he's shown up for the 1-loss side match. So now we've got Pool Kabouter against Cobra. Pool Kabouter's getting a 7 and out. And Cobra's saying he should have no chance for the handicap. Well, of course he should have a chance because we've seen the mistakes that Pool Kabouter makes. One Pocket Slim is still waiting to find out who he's going to be playing. And right now, Christian is 5-all with Stefan, and Christian's getting a 7 ball. Larry's playing Spectre Dawn right now. Spectre Dawn's already 1-0 up. And we'll jump into that. This is a round 2 match. And Larry is getting the 8 ball. Again, that makes no difference. Getting the 8 ball. They always play out the time no matter what the score is. Well, that's still got me confused. Going back to the first thing you said, the final was over 45 minutes before the end. So what? And I've read that the wrong way. I think that's maybe what you're meaning. So they played the full duration of the time, but what you're saying in your judgment, the final was all over 45 minutes before the end because the other guy was so far behind. Is that me understanding what you said now? I think it is. I think it is from what you've said there. So they always play out the time. But the guy that eventually lost was miles behind 45 minutes before the end. Right, I see what you mean. I think I've sort of broke it down and understand it now. Right. I need to get a drink here. Hang on a minute. Right, so we're into rack number 3. Larry's broke off. 4 ball has gone, and yours truly has dropped into the room to type his bullshit. Now Larry is going to push out, and there's a fair chance he's going to be put back in here, unless Spectre Dawn thinks he can stun this. I think the 2 ball's in the way. Unless he gets this side on, he may well give it back. He's having a look. I mean, there's a... Well, there is an edge. This will pot. Yeah. It'll pot, and that's going to bounce, or it needs to bounce. That's perfect. He couldn't have played that any better. Well, Larry left too much of the 1 ball showing there. And I don't think it's going to be a 7-9 combo somehow or other, because look where the 6 ball is. Quick look at the 7. Well, he's tried to do a bit of damage. He's got a shot in the 6. And the 7 ball does go. So that has been effective. And again, Spectre Dawn's got the cue ball right on the money. Who was doing the commentary? Was it him? Oh, what do you call him? Oh, if you say his name, I'll know who it is, but I can't think his name right now. And a ball has gone. Was it the 3 ball? 3 ball's gone. See, I'm even looking, a quick look at the table. I can see the colours that quickly. I can eliminate what ball has gone in. That's proof that this colour's working. Well, this is tight. And Stefan has overcome Christian. 7 racks to 5. Had to go in off the far jaw. Well, now again, it should be plain sailing. See, that final of the billiards, that would have been right up, what's his name's street? Him that's just died there. Clive Everton. Clive Everton liked his billiards. And that would have been, he would have been the man to do that. So Larry looking as if he's up against it already here. Spectre Dawn, having breezed through his first match, is on course to dish out a similar beaten up to Larry unless Larry can get in. But Larry's got to get his push outs better, because that's what's cost him this lead so far. Inspector Don potting balls again, and I think that cue ball's gone far enough. And 2 ball wide open, 3 ball wide open. It's not looking good for Larry at the moment. Rex Williams. Aye, 91 he is. Yeah, Rex, he's an old billiard player as well. Rex Williams still kicking around. Now, Rex Williams is definitely old school. He was old school snooker. And no sooner have I looked at the chat, but Spectre Don has missed a ball and Larry's in. But Larry's problem is where the 6 ball is. Oh, Lumpy. Lumpy's arrived, Lumpy's left, Lumpy's arrived. That's not done him any favours. But let me have a look at the angle. See, this side pocket's in the way. I think if he nips this sharpish, he can get there on the 6 ball. Yeah. Now, I think he's got to maybe put a touch of right on this to make sure he's not running towards the 8 ball. He wants to open this out a wee bit. And that's perfect. Maybe he had the angle, but I would always have just maybe helped it a wee bit, but that's as good as could be. So, make hay while the sun shines, Larry, and Larry's break's working. He's got a ball. How is he in the 1? And I think that was a bit like the parting of the Red Sea in 10 Commandments there, because that 7 ball just got out of the way. It's tight, but it goes past the 3. It is tight. Is he trying to do it into the side? Well, I don't know whether he was playing safe or trying to put it in the side, but I'll tell you what, I think he'll take that. We'll give Larry the benefit of the doubt there that he played that as a safety. I think he went for the cut. And Coldest Pillow, as predicted, has got his advancement on the 1 loss side. Thunder Bluster never showed up. Now the thing is, yeah, you see that's a clever move. I was just about to say that rather than trying to get at that 1 ball, which was nigh on impossible to get to, why not just leave it there? Because you can't pot it. So Larry's now trying to duck for a second foul here. And see that shot has made it a lot easier for Spectre Don to at least hit the 1. However, that middle pocket knuckle, and it could get in the way. He's hit the rail first, and he's came out good. And that's why you've got to think about the deliberate foul from time to time in 9 balls. Sometimes when 2 balls like that are tied up, you just simply can't get to the 1 ball. So you're better not doing anything that's going to break them up. So Spectre Don did the right thing there. Well, many years ago was that? Goodness me. That would have been back in the 50s, would it not? It must have been in the 50s. I don't know how long Walter Lindrum lived to. But would that be the 50s or was it the 60s? And he probably ended up having to get a liner back to the UK. Or did he get? I mean, because I think a lot of the time it wasn't necessarily getting planes going to Australia. You were on a boat. Because I think it was the cheapest way to get there. Spectre Dawn hoping to redress the balance here and open up that gap again. Now this is again a tricky one because he's not got much room. I mean, if he gets up into the table, but the angle he's got in the 6-ball, see, that's well done. Very well played. Got top side of the left side pocket. Cue ball opens up and sitting pretty in the 7. Aye, it would be a boat. Aye, it was the 50s, aye. Well, Rex Williams would have been young then. He would have been in, what, his 20s? Maybe mid to late 20s back then. So, Spectre Dawn opens the gap to 2, a 4-2 lead. And this is dry. It's dry, but it's not particularly great in the 1-ball for Larry. Now again, he could just simply nail Spectre Dawn to that 6-ball. But as I say, you need a mouse to play that shot, not a bloody trackball. But you know, Larry sees a ball in a pocket, it's all out. And now, of course, he's going to have to leave the 3-4 combo, which, as long as you get half decent on it, you shouldn't be missing it. And I think he should play this a dead weight. Just, you know, a nice dead weight. The 4-ball's always going to go in. And that's perfect. And don't hook yourself behind the 7. That's the golden rule here, so leave it short. And he's well away from danger. Walter Lindrum died in 1960. There you go. Did Joe Davis not win the Billiards World Championship at one time? Maybe I'm dreaming. I know he obviously won a stack of World Snooker titles. 15 he won. Well, that's when there was only like 4 professionals in the game, I think. Oh, you're back. That was a hard match you just won. Sitting there for 5 minutes. Chickens don't have balls. It's cockerels that have balls. Now, I can't remember the name of the brand, but we do chicken balls in Tesco's in the frozen section. They are lovely. I can't remember the name of the brand, but they also do shredded chicken, chili chicken and crumb. Oh, it's lovely. If you haven't tried it, try it. It's beautiful. Right, so Spectre Dawn breaks off in rack number 8, breaks off dry, hasn't left anything simple for Larry again. Now this is a long combo, and the long ones are a lot tougher. And the worst possible outcome, of course, Larry's left it over the side pocket. 2 and 3 baller handy. 4 ball wide open to get down for the 5. 6 ball is handy there. 7 ball might end up going up table or back into this bottom corner, but this rack should be over. Oh, Charlie Bingham. Who the hell's this Charlie Bingham, by the way? See the prices of the stuff. See the ready meal stuff that we do. £9 for some of the crap that we sell. Right, so that you know, because he's got his bloody name on it, it's like Jamie, what's his face? £9 and things for these. I wouldn't touch any of that at that price. And they do. He does lasagna. He does Indian stuff. I mean, no doubt it's probably nice, but I would never bloody pay that. No way. So, Spectre Dawn on the brink of being on the hill. This might not be so good. Oh, he's got a nice little rub there in the 7th. I thought he was going to just rub behind it there. Yes, but that's an exception to the rule, Mark. That is an exception to the rule. I mean, if I get a Chinese, it probably comes to... Well, now, bear in mind that includes delivery, because I don't drive down to get my Chinese. I use a thing called a phone. In fact, I don't even use the phone. I just go online to the website and order it that way. And so I've got delivery on top of it, but the total including delivery is usually about £14. Well, I don't think Larry's going to get much of a sniff here. A quick look at this 8 ball. You've just got to get down onto the rail, really. That's it. There's plenty of room to get there. And it's hasta la vista to the 1 loss side for Larry. I'd like a 9ball.q black Q slim. I beg Steve for it. You know, he's never bothered his ass. Oh, hang on a minute. Oops. Well, he's found the one spot you don't want to be in. But it's going. See, this is going to be a short jump. This is why I'm crap at jumping. You see, that's why, you know, and where's the cue ball going? So that there, he ended up on the top side in the front of the 6 ball. So Larry's had a gift. Who was it? Was it? I think it was DJ Vivid Andy. I think it was Andy. Made me a tartan cue on VP3. Did anybody ever see my tartan cue? And I also made one with my name on it as well. We don't have any of that. Nobody's into cue making for VP4 at all, because I don't think you've got the software to do it. But I did have a tartan cue, a tartan butt, and the black shaft. We'll look at the 9 ball. This rack could be over quick, but it might be for the wrong reason, because I think Larry's dry. Yes, he is. And does Spectre Dawn want to try and billiard the 9 in, because the cue ball could drop in with it? Or is he looking just to cut the 1 onto it? Yeah, I think that'd be the safest route, as long as he doesn't scratch in the other corner, though. And he's missed the hit. Well, Larry has had another life, but again, he's not got anything easy here to get started. I mean, this is horrible. And he's managed to draw into the 9. He had a nice angle. Unfortunately, the cue ball's gone south. Oh dear. that I haven't checked, but I think the guy that made cues, he used the cue making program that the whoever it was, maybe it was him that made it. His website was still up. For the life of me, I can't remember his name, but his website's been up for years with the cue making program on it. Or I think he had a guide on how to make the wraps, how to make them. Did you have to use Photoshop or something like that? But I always remember, I've said this before, but I remember, I think it was one of the brothers that now run Shooter's Pool who had got a hold of VP4. I saw screenshots of the tables that he had made, and also the cues, and also a multitude of balls that he had made by editing VP4, and it all looked brilliant. I wish I still could find that somewhere. They're probably off the web now. But VP4 can certainly be edited however you do it. I don't know, but the balls and everything all look great. Right, well, Spectre Dawn runs out the winner in the end, 7 racks to 3. Larry was handed a lifeline, but he threw it right back in Spectre Dawn's face. So now we need an update, and the update is that we've got... we need to dive in here quick. Poolkabouter 6, Cobra 6, and Poolkabouter is getting 7 and out. So this is roll straight through. Keep going. The further it goes, the more it opens up the angle. So, Poolkabouter going to take the scalp of Cobra. And in goes the 7, and Cobra heads over to the madhouse. Well, Cobra did jinx himself by saying he was going to get humped by the handicap, and he duly obliged. Right, so we now know who we have in the round 3. Poolkabouter's gone through there. We've got One Pocket Slim who's 4-2 down to Stefan, who's getting 7 and out. And again, it's all to do with what Stefan turns up. I've said this time and time again. If he's switched on, look at that, there's that bug with the numbers again. Spectre Dawn now playing Bankster in round 3. So let's head in to, we'll head in a minute. Larry's now up against Christian, who's getting 7 and out, so that's dangerous. Right, we'll jump into One Pocket Slim and Stefan. And Slim at the table with ball in hand. And you would think he's wanting to be rolling the 6 ball up the table and just rolling through for the 7. And that's pretty good. Yes, he did. He did do the carpet. That was after me hounding Steve, because the carpet that we did have in hard times was absolutely horrible. It was migraine inducing, that carpet. It was horrible. So so Andy obviously got a stcreenshot of the carpet. I presume that's what he did. He got it off one of the videos of Steinway Billiards, because that carpet that we have in hard times is the Steinway Billiards carpet. That's what's on the floor in their pool hall, where a lot of big money matches were played. So, one pocket Slim back to within one. He broke dry. Stefan chose the push out, and again another terrible push out. Terrible push out. Well, Slim could have done with running a bit further up the table, maybe with a wee bit of spin, but of course he still had to cut that one in, but the two definitely cuts. It's off the rail. Needs a bump, or he needs to keep running, because the three will go. Is he going to be hampered? Yes, he is. And not only is he hampered, but he's obviously running forward with the cue ball. If he can go 2 rails or 3 rails and get round to here, no, he's just trying to dab it and hold it. That'll work. That'll work. Now, the angle again, the cue ball wants to run away, so he's going forward with a wee bit of check. He's just overcooked it slightly. So, to the rail and right out into the table is the order of the day here. Right, so it's game on now. 4 apiece. No, is the answer to that. I don't answer the door to anybody. You know, nobody's ever coming to see me for any particular reason unless I know about it. So anybody knocking on my door at 7 or 8 o'clock at night ain't going to get any reply. Because my house is in darkness. I mean, as far as they're concerned, there's nobody at home. Because I'm upstairs in the bedroom in front of the PC. There's no lights on downstairs. It's in total darkness. Can I take a pushback? Seems I can. I don't know what he means by that. Well, it's a long way to come just to stand there and get no reply. As far as I'm concerned, everybody's treated like they're Mormons or they're Jehovah's Witnesses. There's no reason to go to the door. You don't want to encourage these people. I made the mistake one time of doing a Ricky Gervais with a Jehovah's Witness at the front. 2 of them. They don't come in singles. They come in pairs. And they started off in their story. I said, "Look, I get down the scientific route here. I don't believe in fairy stories," and shut the door on them. No, there was nobody. I had a quick look out the window last night, and there was no kids running about. I mean, it used to be back in the day. I mean, when I was younger, we all went out. Where's this going? Oh dear, Slim. Well, he's going for the kick in here. Now he's got to watch the pace in this. That he pots it but doesn't pot the cue ball. He's playing it dead weight. That is just going too narrow. But it's safe. I don't know what Slim's chances will be in a minute though. Because this is just a little bunt and keep the cue ball there. He's not trying to bank that. He got to play the little dink and just kill the cue ball behind the 9. Where's the problem? No, he's left too much room. That's the problem. He's left too much room. Apparently, if you want Halloweeners knocking, you need to put a pumpkin out. No, well, the only thing I put out was the bin, unfortunately, because they come and collect my plastic and paper stuff on a Friday morning, so that was the only thing I put out. So I take it they didn't read the sign then. No, it's usually sweets. It's usually sweets. I mean, we went to people's houses where, you know, they were actually having they were set up for Halloween. We went into houses and we were doing what we call duking for apples, or apples as we say up here. So they had a basin, and the apples were bobbing up and down in that, and they had us doing that when we went in. Yeah, you have to do your wee party piece. No, well, you took whatever you got, but it was usually sweets and stuff like that. But I don't think anybody bothers with that now. Or it's generally just a private affair. They don't invite guests in now. Obviously, you don't know who you're inviting into your house nowadays. Well, Stefan with the 5-4 lead didn't get any bump in the 2 ball. Now again, he should have slim in trouble here. And Larry has survived comfortably his first match in the 1-loss side, 4-0 win over Christian. Well, that's what we did. You know, we went from our council estate round to the posh houses. You don't muck about in your own backyard. You go to where the money is, of course. Well, I mean, the kids do this nowadays. I mean, I'll tell you, back in the 70s, me and my mate got a bucket, got a chamois, and we went round washing cars during the school summer holidays. We went around doing that. We also, one summer, we went to a nursery. No, I don't mean a nursery school, an actual nursery, you know, with fruit and veg and all of that. And we got a job there during the summer. So we made a few bob, you know, doing stuff. But kids don't do that now, because of course you didn't just sit at home in front of the telly or in front of a computer, because there's no such thing. Well, I'll give you a story about that, Cobra. I'll give you a story about the bottles. Back in the day when we had our local little shopping centre that we've got just north of me, it's about 600 yards as the crow flies. It's just a small shopping centre with a small Tesco in it now. It didn't used to be Tesco. It used to be William Lowe's at one time when the place first opened back in the 70s. And the hotel that opened, the Howard Park Hotel, which has now been laid to the ground, it's gone. But the Howard Park Hotel, it must have been there for, 30-odd years? And then they pulled it down. But businessmen used to stay in there, or if maybe a rep was down in the Kilmarnock area visiting stores, they would park up there for the night and sleep in a hotel. But anyway, it had a bar. Unfortunately for them, the empty barrels and everything were stored out the back of the hotel. And the other unfortunate thing for them, they didn't have a gate to stop access to the back of the hotel. So they had a wall up, you know, there was a wall, and then behind the wall was all the barrels for the brewery to collect. But in amongst those barrels, there was the soda siphon bottles. You know, you put, if somebody wanted a whiskey and soda or whatever, you had those, the soda siphon bottles, big heavy bottles, big thick glass bottles, and you would squirt the soda into the glass and whatever. Well, they used to leave them outside. Now, what we found out is, bear in mind that William Lowe's was a supermarket that also had, it also sold alcohol. And what we discovered was that you could go into the back of the hotel, steal the soda siphon bottles. Now, this is back in the late 70s or early 80s. Probably the late 70s, the more I think about it. But you could go in there and steal the soda siphon bottles. Now, back then, you get 50 pence return for handing in a soda siphon bottle. Which, needless to say, we stole them until they finally worked out that the back of their hotel wasn't that secure. There was no such thing as security cameras in them days. Not up our way. And so we made a fortune nicking them and taking them straight up to the supermarket and handing them in. I mean, obviously, they began to get wise to it. Where the hell are these all coming from? Well, we were just nicking them from 100 yards away and taking them up. So we did that. I remember when I was going in the Celtic supporters bus and I needed money to pay for my ticket and for my bus fare to go to Aberdeen. So I got a paper job at the local newsagent, again up at the same place where the supermarket is in the hotel I'm talking about. So I went in, got the paper round job, did that for a week, in which, needless to say, the weather was crap, it was pissing the rain, and I thought, you know, that's not the job for me, and I packed it in after a week, got my wages and went to the football that weekend. That paid for my trip to Aberdeen on the bus, the supporters bus. So I was a paper boy for a week. But no, I'd rather do a job that you're indoors. Right, well, One Pocket Slim is trying to take this all the way. He's still trailing by one. Of course, remember back in the day also that, I think, was it Cobra that said that earlier? Well, you know, down in England they call them bottles of pop. Up here we call them ginger, a ginger bottle. Doesn't matter what's in the bottle, but it's called a ginger bottle. Well, we used to collect them. And you got whatever it was, 2 pence or 5 pence back in the bottle, and you'd hand them in. I mean, there's no real great money making opportunities for kids nowadays that don't involve crime. I mean, yes, we did our own crime, but I mean, well, who didn't go stealing apples? I mean, we did that. We used to go stealing apples. We went and stole pears. We found out where the pear trees were, where the plum trees were. And cue ball's not going to stay up. And Slim's get his chance to take it all the way. So we stole apples, we stole plums, we stole pears. We also nicked the lead off of the local, an old school. We nicked the lead off. Anything to make money, and took that down to the scrapyard down at the bottom of the town. Yeah. We did commit some crimes when we were young, but they were nothing now. You got a rap in the knuckles for them. But that's the kind of guys we were. We were enterprising. We didn't go housebreaking or anything like that. That was going to another level. We never did anything like that. But yeah, nicking siphon bottles. Collecting bottles, yeah, stealing pears and plums and apples. We did all of that. We always look forward to that. Oh, we also nicked at a local castle, which has now been made. It's now been into a leisure resort. Colin Montgomery designed a golf course at Royal Castle. Back in the day, when it comes round to Wimbledon time, everybody gets a tennis racket. We all think we can play tennis. That's what we used to do up our way. Well, we decided we are lacking the facilities at our local swing park. We used to just scuff out. We scuffed out with our feet on the grass. We scuffed out the lines to make a tennis court, and then we thought to ourselves, well, what we don't have is a net. And what we exactly did was we went up to Royal Castle, and would you believe it? They have a tennis court, a proper tennis court, a blaze court with a fence round it. And we went in and nicked the net off the court. And if they had been travelling around the top of the town, they would see that we had not only marked out our tennis court, but we then installed the net, and we did Wimbledon for a fortnight. So we nicked that. Yeah. Oh, I'm confessing all tonight, folks. That's just what you do when you were a young kid. When you get into all sorts of stuff, some get into it a lot worse than others. Then glue sniffing became the fashion. I remember when that came in. Never did any of that stuff. Never did any of that. It was drink. Being a Scot. Yeah, we did that as well. We ruined many a hedge back in the day. Yeah. Oh, we used to call it the Grand National, because that's when most gardens up my way had a hedge, and so we called it the Grand National. And we didn't just do the front gardens; we did the back gardens as well. And you'd end up, landing in a greenhouse or something. Oh yes, yeah, we did that. And we did that because we didn't have computers. If we had computers and games consoles back then, we'd have been in the house there, and we'd have been in there for hours, and we wouldn't have been up to any mischief. So that's due to the fact that we didn't have computers, that we were out and about. We used to play. I mean, up here in the summer, we'd play football. It wasn't really football because we never had enough people for a team. So you'd have a goalkeeper and you'd just try and score goals past the goalkeeper. Each person would take their turn. We'd play to 11:30 at night when there was still a little bit of daylight during the summer. By the time you get in at night, though, you'd be sweaty from playing football, and you'd also be chewed to death by the midges up here. We used to do that in the summer. In fact, we also used to just, on a nice day, where are we going today, right? We'd go a walk up the woods, follow the river out of the town. We'd go across country and just go for a walk. Do kids do that now? No, I don't think they do. I mean, you couldn't nowadays because they'd probably get raped or something. But, yeah, we always found something to be active, whether it be legal or illegal. We found something to do. Oh, in fact, the other thing we used to do also in the school holidays, we used to do the tour of the local pitch and putt courses. We had one pitch and putt course up our way, and Slim has survived. And we used to do that one. We used to go to the far side of town. There was another one. And at the bottom of the town, there was another one. So there was about 4 or 5 local pitch and putt courses we would go to. And we'd go to each one of them, get your scorecard, and we'd have like a tour. So we did all of that. But that, again, it was just keeping ourselves busy. Right, well, I've been doing an awful lot of yabbering on here. Where have we got to in this tournament? Well, Slim is now up against Pool Kabouter. Spectre Dawn, of course, on that one loss side. Sorry, tell I. What am I talking about, Spectre Dawn? Spectre Dawn's 6-2 up against Bankster right now, so Bankster's not getting the use of his handicap at the moment. Meanwhile, on the one loss side, we've got Larry and Coldest Pillow going at it, so we're going in there. What's that? We would go up the canal, and then Mark says, yes, with a moped that just ran. What the hell does that mean? I'm losing track here of this conversation. Oh, I thought it was one apiece. Coldest Pillow's 3-1 up. Well, Larry's looking like he's having an early night here unless he can get nasty. What does that mean, Mark, with a moped that just ran? Where does this moped come into the conversation? Because I'm looking at the lines above. There's no mention of a moped to Mark says a moped. Are you in the same train of thought as us? Well, you took a moped down the canal. What? Down the canal footpath or actually in the water? I'm getting confused. I'm getting confused here. Where's the cue ball gone? Well, it's thank you and good night to Larry. Now, to get to the one loss side, he drew onto the 9 ball in that last match and promptly followed it in, and he scratched there and gifted this to Coldest Pillow. Well, a stack of results have come through. Spectre Dawn has just taken out Bankster. We had that result from Slim, and Coldest Pillow comfortably through 4 racks to 1 on the one loss side. And now he's going to have to wait until the loser of Polka Bouter and One Pocket Slim comes through. They've just started. And we've got Rabi playing Stefan. That's 0-0 at the moment. So we'll jump in and we'll see how Slim is coping. I mean, talking about Halloween and Guy Fawkes night and all of that stuff, I remember year after year we'd go round all the doors and would and this is how, you know, nowadays all of the crap that you have goes to recycling. You know, if you'd stuff lying out the back garden, whether it be a bits of wood or an old hut or something like that, many's the time when we were collecting for the bonfire, somebody's maybe wanting rid of a hut or a garage as we call them, and they would have it might be lying flat out the back door, and rather than getting the council to come and collect it, we would take it away for them. You know, half a dozen of us all in there collecting all that sort of crap and building a big bonfire over in the waste ground. So we would do that every bonfire night. We'd have things stacked really high, and then somebody would come over with the carton of petrol, the canister of petrol, and there we would go. I remember some bastards set fire to our bonfire before the bloody night. So we then had to go on emergency collection to get some more wood for it. I remember that. We never ever found out who did it. And now, of course, with the smokeless zones and all of that, you don't have bonfires anymore. No such thing as a bonfire now. I haven't seen one in years. Well, a nice little 4-9 combo gets Slim off the mark. I think the local council still have a public fireworks display down at the local park, the Dean Park, which is a sort of one of the main parks in the town. There's always been a fireworks display there for about an hour or so. I don't know whether they still have it though. I haven't been to it for years. £11 an hour for a game of snooker. God almighty. The last time I played snooker in the club, in my club, it was £1.50 an hour. So that shows you how many years ago that was. £1.50 an hour. It was. But £11 an hour, you could go and swivel. I wouldn't pay that. Well, the first time I played snooker was at Butlins with my dad many, many moons ago. And then the next time I played snooker was in the local Conservative club. They had a table. I don't know who I went with to get into the place, but we played snooker in there. And this was before the 1985 final and all of that stuff. This would have been back in the 70s. And then the snooker club started opening up because of the public appeal of snooker. But that was the first time I ever played was Butlins. And of course, nothing was looked after in that play. I think the queue I had was like, it was like warped all shapes. And it didn't cost you anything in Butlins to play snooker. You just you paid what it was, whatever it was to get in at the gate, and then you could go on all of the rides or whatever there was there, including the big games hall that they had. You could play there all afternoon. They had loads of tables, if I remember right. This looks a bit too straight, this 8-ball. And that is pretty perfect on the 9. So Slim's got a good start. But of course, Polkabouter is getting a 5-ball, which is extremely dangerous. And so is that. It looked pretty good on the 1. Now that's off the rail, so this is a bankable ball into this bottom corner. You've got to get the cue ball out of the way though. And that's well played, but unlucky. Almost had the line. Watch the cue ball. Right, now, pot the 1 and a 2-9 combo. Because the 4 balls awkward to get to. That's the order of play here. You've got to leave the... Well, he's gone too far. Now, you see, this is a time where he probably should have played for the 2-9 combo. Because that 4 ball is not really that accessible. Good afternoon and good evening to Vertical Liquid. Welcome to the party. Vertical Liquid isn't a witness to my crimes, my confessions. He's too late to the party. You'll have to watch the live stream to hear that. He's been watching Stub TV. Well, playing the push out. Well, if he leaves the cue ball there, he's definitely going to be shooting again. Oh, that's terrible. That's a terrible shot. It's a terrible shot, but the cue ball's got to get right over the table here to get on this too. That 6 ball could be in the way. Oh, he's trying to nip back. Well, he can pot the 2. And if he gets any sort of hit in the 9, it might help him just hold for some sort of shot in the 4. It's not ideal. He could bank this as well and just go through, though. That's probably the easier shot. And that's perfect. So now this needs to go forward with maybe a wee bit of help in left English to get into that gap for the 5 on the right side. But I think that's even touchy to do that. He might get away with it if he bumps the 8 ball. Well, he's come back the other way. Doesn't want to be hampered by the 6 though. He's okay. Yes, I was confessing to all the crimes that we used to get up to when we were kids. Stuff we used to do during the summer holidays. People would call it crimes. We called it enterprise. That's what we call it. Money-making schemes. So Slim's got daylight. Looking to build on it. 5 ball is always a danger. There's that pattern for the first time tonight. 2 balls married together. 1 ball isolated. 3 ball. Oh, now the 3 ball does go in the side. And it doesn't go in the corner. So same story. You've got to get above the 3 ball to have a shot. But Slim's getting down and dirty. Well, he needs to check this with right English to straighten that up, because that line won't hold to the 1 ball. And that's well done. How's he going to come out of it? Well, that'll work, because I don't think... Can he pot that one? I don't think he can. I don't think he can get it. Yeah, well, we did that. Aye, penny for the guy. Starting a forest fire. No, we never did anything like that. And accidentally shooting a bottle rocket into a police car. Oh dear. Well, we get booked. Well, we called it getting booked by the police. We had that done where we were playing football on a piece of ground that had a sign on it that says no ball games. We obviously ignored that, and we were playing football one day, and one of the, because this was right in front of people's houses. There was a road in front of their houses, and then there was this big open bit of ground which had a huge slope on it down to the main road, the main sort of dual carriageway. And also on this ground there was bushes as well. So our football pitch was on a huge slope, running left to right, and you also had to avoid the bushes as well. So we were playing football there. No ball games. 2 roads either side of this piece of ground. The next thing we know, the police turn up. What are you doing here, boys? We're playing football. What do you think we're doing? Aye, well, the neighbours are complaining, and we got booked. They took our names. Of course, the policemen were laughing up their sleeves because they don't do anything else after doing that. They just chase you away. Right, on your way. You know, so we got booked one time, and needless to say, next week we were back doing the same thing. You was voted most likely to go to prison. Oh, Oh, what the hell did you get up to, Slim? Right, it's confession time. Oh, I remember, have I ever told you this one? On the last day at school, right, the last day at secondary school, as we call it up here, went into an empty classroom. One of the teachers that our group had, and we stole her belt, as they called it. That was how they used to administer punishment in our schools over here. The strap, as they call it, or the belt. You know, with a split tongue at the end, like a snake, and about a quarter of an inch thick. So I stole the belt off the top of the cabinet. That's where she kept it. I knew where she kept it, so we nicked it. And I think that was a statement that came true in the end, where they banned it. So the one way of stopping them doing it is to go and nick the bloody thing, then they don't have one to hit you with. Yeah. Corporal punishment. I don't know how teachers handle it nowadays, because I mean, if I was a teacher, I mean, I just don't have I do not have the patience to put up with that crap. I mean, what is it? What is it now? The punishment, detention. I mean, what the hell's that? I mean, the whole idea having that sort of punishment was the threat of getting it that made most normal, sane human beings behave. But you still had the numpties and the idiots. It didn't stop them. Well, Slim's just left himself a wee bit short again, but he can probably use this 9-ball to spin out to the right here. Just like that. Yeah, that's true. Yeah. That is true. If they found out you'd been misbehaving at the school and you'd get the belt or the strap, or in other cases it was the cane. We never had the cane up here in Scotland. It was the strap that we had. But you'd get told off when you get home. You get a beating. Well, Slim's looking good at the moment. 4 racks to 1 in front. And 5 ball has gone. 1 ball over the side pocket. And not a lot that he's going to do with the cue ball to have a shot in this 2. Now, the thing is, with the 2 ball, does he come around the angles and out and around and down the table to try and get a cut in the 3? Or does he, if he gets a good line, can he just drop the 2 in and come out for the 3 into the corner? Because this is a wee bit tricky. See, that's going to be, unless he tries to bump the 9 to hold the cue ball, this might not come out too good. Now, see, that's what he was doing, and that has come out pretty good as far as the 3 ball goes. Everything else still goes, so this is very doable as long as he can avoid that side pocket. Well, my dad never administered punishment. He never got involved in any of that. But my mother had a belt, and she would show me the belt. I never ever get hit with a belt. It was the threat of the belt. You know, my dad had an old leather belt for his work trousers, and I got shown the belt. That's all that needed to be done. I just got shown it, and then I behaved. So most of the time you'd behave because of the threat of it. You would never. It would never happen. I never get beat up. Because I was a good boy. No, probably not. No, I don't think she'd have done it. And Stefan has taken Rabi out. 4 racks to 2, and Slim is comfortably heading towards defending his title here at the moment. Of course it was. No, I never get caught. No, she never knew about my misdemeanors. You know, if she knew about that, then it might have been different, but no. Oh, I thought he'd left enough room. No, he hasn't. We'll poke about his chances are drifting away here. Well, that 9 ball will go if you tried a far-fetched combo. Oh, he's managed to knock the 5 in. That'll work. In fact, I forgot the 5 ball. It's his money ball there. That's a quick way of getting another rack in the board. And he's got a ball in the break, which was the 5 ball. So his money ball comes back up. And a shot in the 1. Again, the major concern is the 5 ball being where it is. And the fact that I think he's just hooked himself. Yeah. Well, this is a long jump. Through the gap, though. And that's well done. There's a bit of a lag with some of these shots. Are you noticing that? I think VP4's acted up slightly here. Just on certain shots, you're seeing a sort of pause. Right, see you later, Vertical Liquid. Yes, it's weird. I mean, it's nothing to do with me streaming. At least I don't think it is, because there's plenty of times you don't see anything like that. Just the odd occasion something weird like that happens where you see that sort of pause going on. Well, this is a thin cut, and again, you've got to watch the scratch opposite side here. You've got to take evasive action as well as trying to cut that 4. And he's overdone it. Now, did he get in the 5? No, he didn't. By the way, the budget was all over on Wednesday. I forgot the thing was on. I usually do sit and listen to the budget speech, but that's about the first time in goodness knows how many years I couldn't be arsed. I couldn't even tell you who the Chancellor of the Exchequer is. I just know she's a woman. Other than that, I have no interest. All I know is we're not really going to be better off from it. Far from it. Right, so Slim is on the hill. 7 ball has gone in. I can see these balls great in this cloth. I think it's more likely that whenever this 8 ball match gets played, I'm going to switch it. I'm going to try the different cloth colours on that 10-footer, because I won't be doing blue. I'm going to be doing it a different colour, because that definitely helps me. Well, a lot of small businesses aren't happy either. And then, of course, you've got employers' national insurance contributions going up. The only other slight glimmer of light is the fact that the minimum wage is going up in April, which, I mean, the more it goes up, the better. It's not much, but it's still better than nothing at all. Well, when you've got your man down, keep him down. Slim's doing the right thing. And that'll be Polkabouter's last shot on the winner's side. What was the other bit of good news that I saw? The other bit of good news was the fact that draft beer is going down a penny. I mean, how is that for a bonus? When the price of a pint, I don't know how much it is now, but it's ridiculous. You know, silly prices for drink. But fuel duty is staying the same again, so it's not going up, which is good news. So there's only a few good things in it. Well, the good thing for Slim is he's still on the road for defending his title. It's getting, what time is it? It's 10 to 9, well, just after 1:45. So Slim is now through to battle it out with the potential new champion again, multiple champion, Spectre Dawn. So they're in the hot seat match. And meanwhile, on this one-loss side, we have Stefan playing Cobra, and Cobra, in fact, we're going to get in and watch that, see if we can jinx Cobra. Stefan looks as if he's getting a bucket load. He's getting 6 and out here. And there was a slight pause there with that jump. So the 5 ball is tucked away. The bank is on for the 5 ball into the top right hand corner. But I think Cobra's got other ideas. He's going to nail Stefan to the 9 ball. And this is how you defend a money ball handicap. You just nail the other guy and you let him do the hard work, and then you just tidy up the mess that he leaves you. That's the plan. Stefan misses a hit. Cobra has ball in hand, and he should be 2-0 in front. Right, that's what I was going to say. I'm not sure whether, in fact, Bedhead isn't in the stream. We've not heard anything from Bedhead because I wanted to ask him a question. But for anybody who doesn't know, and I didn't know until after the match was finished, but that last live stream match we did, I think, was it Matt? Matt was playing Spectre Dawn in the 8 ball World Championship. Matt won the match 9-5, I think, and then all of a sudden, out of the blue, as far as I'm concerned, because I knew nothing of it, it came to light that Matt was going on holiday for, like, I don't know how many days he's going on holiday. I don't know whether he's going out of the country. I presume he is. But he won't be here in time, by the look of it, to play the semi-final match. Cobra's now 2-0 in front. In fact, talk about that. Let me just tab out to have a look at this, because if that was all going to be apparent and clear that was going to happen, then I think the best thing he should have done is just forfeited the match and let Spectre Dawn go through. Let's have a look. So there we go. Matt wins that match, and the deadline for this semi-final, excuse me, I need another drink in a minute. The deadline is November the 5th. Now, I think did I read something in the chat that he wouldn't be back to about November the 11th? I don't know. Maybe I read it wrong. But the deadline for the final, this bloody bracket, I hate it. The deadline for the final is, what is the deadline? There it is. It's November the 10th. So if I read that and I understand it right, somebody maybe can correct me if they were there that night. The deadline for the final is the 10th November. So as far as I can understand, Matt's away and he won't be back until after the final's finished. So it's on the cards that Bedhead is going to get a walkover into the final. Bit disappointing, that, isn't it? I mean, I think for one reason, if Matt signed up for the tournament, he knew before. He didn't suddenly decide he wanted a holiday in the middle of the tournament, so he would have knew beforehand he had a holiday upcoming. And, well, I don't know, but that's disappointing as far as that goes. Bedhead will be more than happy that he's going to have a match-up with Cobra in the final. That's the way it looks. And nothing will happen until that deadline for the semi-final match has gone past in a few days' time. So anyway, back to tonight. Well, maybe he thought he wouldn't get this far, but it goes back to what Cold as Pillars just said. Why did he decide to play the match against Spectre Dawn? Would it not have been fair to say, look, listen, mate, I've got a holiday coming up. Rather than play the match, I'll just let you go through, because I'm not going to be here to be able to play the rest of the matches. Well, there's a mistake from Cobra. A big one. Well, it's an up and down kick or a cross table kick, but this is easy, this 6 ball. The only danger is following it in. So you'd be best to get to the rail first. Oh, and he just caught a feather edge. Well, it couldn't go any further without dropping in. Yeah, I think the best thing he could do, if he knew all that beforehand, then he should have just said, look, listen, I can't make this. And I'll just forfeit and let you go through. And I mean, everybody would have been happy with that. That he had at least done that before that match was due to get played. Why he chose to do it, only he can answer it. Needs to get the right bump. Well, that'll sort of work. It's not ideal, but it'll do. Well, Lumpy's back. I wonder why he's got the name Lumpy. Could be a woman. It might be. She might be called Lumpy for all the wrong reasons. I needed that drink.